In Salvar al Soldado Mecos, Aida unfolds as a riveting exploration of heroism and vulnerability under circumstances that test the limits of human endurance, and the narrative is carefully structured to immerse the viewer in the psychological and emotional reality of combat. The opening sequence is immediately arresting, with a focus not on grand explosions, but on the intimate experiences of the soldiers on the ground. Mecos is portrayed as a relatable and multidimensional character, whose fear and hesitation are depicted not as weaknesses, but as authentic human responses to life-threatening situations. The filmmakers employ tight close-ups to capture the minute expressions of anxiety, determination, and fleeting moments of courage, allowing the audience to connect with Mecos on a personal level. Throughout the rescue mission, the tension is sustained by a careful orchestration of visual and auditory elements. The handheld camera work conveys the unpredictability and instability of the battlefield, while subtle sound effects such as snapping twigs or distant gunfire heighten realism. Each encounter and tactical decision is portrayed with deliberate pacing, emphasizing the complexity and consequences of every action. Aida also excels in character development, particularly in the interactions between Mecos and his fellow soldiers. Scenes of camaraderie, banter, and shared vulnerability underscore the bonds forged under duress and provide emotional counterpoints to the relentless tension of warfare. One particularly compelling moment involves Mecos being comforted by a seasoned comrade who shares his own experiences of fear and loss, reinforcing the themes of mentorship, solidarity, and resilience. The narrative structure cleverly alternates between the immediacy of the rescue operation and reflective sequences that explore the soldiers' inner worlds. Letters from home, recollections of past experiences, and moments of introspection offer insight into the personal motivations and fears that drive the characters, creating a multi-layered storytelling experience. The rescue mission itself is executed with precise attention to both strategic and emotional stakes, as Mecos navigates treacherous terrain. The tension is amplified by the realization that each decision carries potential consequences, not only for his own survival, but for the safety of the entire unit. The filmmakers eschew melodrama, opting instead for authentic reactions and realistic depictions of stress, fear, and quick thinking in critical moments. Cinematically, Aida demonstrates remarkable versatility. Combat scenes are shot with kinetic energy and immediacy, immersing the viewer in the chaos of the battlefield, while quieter sequences employ static, composed shots that allow space for contemplation and emotional resonance. Lighting, composition, and sound design work in tandem to reinforce the shifting tones of the narrative, creating a visually and emotionally compelling experience. Themes of moral responsibility and ethical decision-making are central to Salvar al Soldado Mecos. The prioritization of Mecos' rescue over other strategic objectives serves as a lens through which the film explores the dilemmas faced by soldiers in life-or-death situations. The audience is invited to grapple with questions about the value of individual life, collective duty, and the moral ambiguity inherent in war. The human element is never overshadowed by spectacle. Moments of quiet heroism, selflessness, and personal sacrifice are interspersed with the intensity of battle, underscoring the complex interplay between courage, fear, and empathy. The filmmakers also incorporate social commentary, highlighting the impact of war on both soldiers and civilians. Scenes depicting displaced families, the psychological strain on returning soldiers, and the effects of trauma reinforce the broader implications of conflict and enrich the narrative depth. Music and sound are deployed with subtlety, enhancing emotional beats without manipulating the audience, allowing the tension and drama to arise organically from the characters and situations. Costume and production design further contribute to immersion, with meticulous attention to period details, military gear, and environmental conditions, creating a realistic and tangible setting. The climactic rescue scene is a masterful balance of suspense, strategy, and emotion. As Mecos is finally reached, the tension does not dissipate immediately, leaving viewers to experience the ongoing peril and uncertainty that accompanies every victory in wartime. The resolution is emotionally satisfying yet realistic, reflecting both the triumph and the lingering consequences of conflict. Salvar ao Soldado, Mecos, stands out as a film that emphasizes human resilience, ethical reflection, and the profound importance of interpersonal bonds in times of crisis. Through carefully constructed visual storytelling, nuanced performances, and emotionally rich sequences, Aida succeeds in creating a cinematic experience that is both intense and deeply moving. It challenges conventional notions of heroism, portraying courage not as an absence of fear, but as the capacity to act with integrity and compassion amidst chaos, and ultimately leaves the audience with a lasting appreciation for the complexities of morality, empathy, and survival.